Welcome, all you +2 comedy modifiers, back to Slay the Princess. We join my live stream already in progress. Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path.
Yeah.
You're here to slay.
Getting deja vu. I want to say something. Oh, you bastard! There we go.
My tricks. What on earth are you talking?
You bastard! I'll get you!
Don't forget what he did to us the last time.
Ooh, the skeptic.
I wouldn't trust a word
Spat.
out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of it. For us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Maybe this is the hint out of this is to remain silent after one of these.
You know I can hear you.
Because I get this every time, so maybe like
Hard do you think to keep secrets from?
maybe I should stay quiet next time I go through one of these loops and not cue the narrator that this is a second time around. I won't get to learn what the voice is, but
And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother do anything? So I could run away, or we can proceed to the cabin and slice the princess up some more.
A warning.
Yeah,
Before she
she's
moves
gonna
on.
lie. I got you.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Proceed to the cabin. Let me guess. There's gonna be a mirror. Oh, sorry. I forgot to do the walk animation.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
But it really intrigues me how a new voice each time you die, just like how traumatic events can form. Yeah, that's very much like the theme I'm going with here. This idea that like, yeah, that like alters are showing up based off of your experiences. I'm not sure if they're going for the whole alt plural idea, if it's more supposed to be like multiverse. But I definitely feel the themes that you're talking about here.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Yeah, I don't know if it's intentional, but if it's not intentional, it's still like being done pretty cool. It's a great interpretation.
The blade is your implement.
Otar, should I take this blade this time? What do you think? Should I take the blade? I'm gonna go to the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Now let's wipe it off. It becomes a wall
Reach
again.
forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. There was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Man, I'm trying to figure out what this mirror means. All right, we're taking it.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Let's go.
The door to the basement.
Ooh,
is
fire.
open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. The princess lives here. Slaying her would probably
Brother,
be
you doing her a favor.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Mirror your expectation. Well, my theory is that the mirror is truth and the grime is the narrator. Like, the narrator is working as a filter that lets us not see what's actually there. That's my current working theory.
Does she remember us?
Does she? Well, I didn't get even a chance to say, oh no!
Lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
This is the most anime she's looked for some reason.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
I mean, maybe that's for her hips.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Of course. I'm not sure I need to do much about it. Oh yeah, let's have a sit.
You step
Hey.
but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one.
Oh, and stop. I thought you were just like, hi.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Should we sit closer? Nah, respect.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I don't know. I was gonna get you out of here, but you're... my intentions, what do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened last time I died? The other chain on the wall. Who's it for? That's a new one. What would you have me do? I think I'm gonna leave you here, actually. Bye! I'm gonna ask about the other chain.
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Ah! Now there's an idea. Maybe this will be Stay with the Princess.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted. Is there anything I want to ask before I do that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah.
Okay.
I
So you
remember.
do remember. All right, cool. That's interesting.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess,
Stop.
and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Contingency.
A contingency for what?
For what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
I gotta try on the chain, right?
Why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly
That's a great point.
valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Is she hearing this? Or am I just, like, sitting here having this debate with myself.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
Okay.
That's pathetic.
You're pathetic.
I never said I wasn't.
Ooh.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
I'm still just sitting here.
Exactly. He gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
The chains almost seem transparent if you look at it against this wall. Just a thought.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine. But you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Yeah, we need a rest. Let's go play with the chain.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Alright, we're exploring the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I'm just checking it out.
Why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
No, I just want to see it out.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
We got big wrists. I thought that was going to be for my neck.
I don't know. Maybe it will.
Huh?
He doesn't want us to look at it. All the reason we need to investigate.
That's a great point.
But what if he's telling the truth?
Ah, screw him.
He isn't. I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity.
Hey, so what's the deal with this chain again?
I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
Oh, interesting. Well, I'm going to click so you have to. Right after I save, just to be safe. Return. How about
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad.
that?
Is it bad?
Is it bad? Did I do it? Did I screw up?
Yes.
Oh no! Cause now
Say it then. You're just wasting time.
it's made of gold.
As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Chain Chomp, was that you?
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade,
Ah!
which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Really?
Excuse me?
Chain Chomp, everybody. This is heavy. I'm putting it back. Do we know magnets in this world? Are magnets a thing we're aware of?
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Yeah, stay with the princess.
Yes.
Become your own jailer.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
I guess I should... Topics. Did you watch The Office?
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Do you want to starve together? Do you want to snuggle? Snug the princess?
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
I mean,
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
So we're both stuck here. What should we do? Did you know this was going to happen to me? What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
I mean, I'm a little chilly if you want to snuggle. Did you know this was going to happen to me?
No.
I mean, did you have an idea when I grabbed the chain? Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
Well, like, we should have some sort of dialogue if we're both going to be down here, is what I'm saying. I didn't mean to do that.
That's rude.
So we're both stuck here. Alright, fine. I spy with my little eye something sharp. Yes, it was the knife. You got it. You got it.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something.
Yeah, I think it's an ellipses.
This is so boring.
I'm bored.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
100 bottles of beer on the wall, 100 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Take it, princess.
At least the world is safe.
Yeah.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
I can't even reach the princess. We're on the same wall.
She's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does.
Oh, I didn't remember. It's just us.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And
Oh.
after that, even more time passes again.
Oh, cool. All right, nice.
And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist.
Ooh,
That's just how things work.
got him.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Hey, you notice the basement changing?
I don't like small talk. Remember?
This is kind of big talk. This is like house meeting, you know?
Still rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, and watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happens to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Yeah, I could just... I'm
She
hungry.
hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't.
Whoa.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. Then,
Hey, we get out.
and I think he's gone.
So can he not exist without the cabin? Is the narrator somehow inherently tied to the cabin?
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Yeah.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Well, if you want to, I said snuggle. We could have at least waited comfortably, but I'm just sorry. Oops. Keep going. Ah, here come the hands. But you do not get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. No. Return. Yeah, all those hands will snuggle you, but my hands aren't good enough, huh?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's always here. It's fine. Of course you get it.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Yeah, whatever.
No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
I'm approaching the mirror. I approach the mirror. Reflect on my reflection. Reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. We need to see what this is. Remains. You've unraveled. I seem to have more of a humanoid face now, though. Am I the monster from Over the Garden Wall? Find yourself in a long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. We'll approach.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. What we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know me? Do you want to tell me? There are trees and stars and people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Did my arm look more humanoid? Interesting. Do you think anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
An interesting thought. When we thought in your vessel.
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Okay. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
That doesn't. All right. How many more vessels? That's a pointless question. If this is the last stage before completion, then I'm not going back. I'll just stay here forever if I have to. Well, I mean, I'm going to keep playing the game. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one? This is a great question.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I think the narrator is the cabin, in a way. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know why. What I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him. He does, but you're going to have to keep that to yourself. Let's go with the answers one.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
No, I mean, some people do like research, and it's helpful. All right. I'm ready to go back. No, send me back and then I'll save. Thank you.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
All right, so this is the last round, apparently.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. The guarded vessel. Bring the prison to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that,
So that's going to do it. All right, so I would say that the two that we did here were trying to serve the princess, stalemate the princess, and stay with the princess, I guess. Yeah, this game is wild, but I'm definitely getting the idea that we only need to do it one more time. My original thought for this game was you had to explore all the paths, and like that gave you all the information, and then it leads to like one ending. I'm starting to feel like that's not true, because I don't think I've done every possible opportunity except for one at this point. There's clearly more to be found here. And I'm curious now, like, it seems like you can either go with slaying, go with helping, or go with avoidance. And those seem to be like the three different paths. So maybe I should have stayed on the branching paths of one, like constantly